available right now. What's that mean?
Oh, hold on. Let me change the time. What time? What's going on, everybody? It is episode 48. We have a big one planned for you. Thank you for joining us. I am the Slot Master 316, 1,103 miles away, and preferably not 20 hours away is the Russ Factor. Hi, Russ Factor.
Hello.
We've got multiple special guests that are joining us tonight. One of them is going to be Slots to be Frank, here to discuss the whole new YouTube platform that was rolled out. It started about 9 or 10 days ago to different formats or for different creators. And I was lucky enough to get it Friday, I believe. Thursday, Friday, I think I got the announcement. And it has been an absolute boon for our channel. And we have seen some of the greatest growth that we have ever had since we started the channel. It's been a crazy.
That stream was on fire. That chat that was very reminiscent of the old days when that first big stream popped off. It was just boo,
boo. All right, let's get into. Hi, Flaming Goat Lips. Hi, Socks. Hi, Dizzy. Hi, everybody watching us on YouTube. Matt, 2200. What's up? Slots to be Frank will joining us in about 7 minutes. I hope. I may have to send him a message again. I don't know. I sent him in Discord, so hopefully he'll be joining us. And then another special guest is going to be hopping in on the broadcast as well for the big show. Russ Factor, you were in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am the most jelly. Tell me about it.
It was a quick trip, but we had a blast. We got there on Valentine's Day, and the first thing I did is leave my phone in the taxi.
Oh, God.
In a taxi.
Oh, my God.
So the first 2 hours of the trip when we got to MGM was a little stressful. Because I'm someone who leaves their phone on vibrate all the time. I don't even know what my phone sounds like when it rings. So we had to pull some weird maneuvers where I got Danny Hyphen here at the house to get on my computer and do the "Where's my phone" Google thing, so that it could play a sound. And I'd be, all right, did you hit it? And he goes, yeah. I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna wait 15 seconds and then I'm gonna call. We finally got a hold of the guy. And he's like, yeah, I'll run it back over to you. Yeah. I didn't see him for another, hour and a half because he did a couple runs, I think, to get back in the area because he was going back over to the airport. But yeah, he hit me up at one point, almost 2 hours of us being at MGM. And he's like, wait out front. I'm pulling in. And I got my phone back.
Oh, my God. I mean, what are the odds of that?
I gave him $60.
God dang, man, that was well worth the surprise or the whatever.
Yeah.
God, the $60, the tip.
So,
fantastic.
Yeah, I got the phone back. That was all underway. The room was, the same as it always is. We like it because it's familiar. Big old Grand King on the low floor. Never get a high floor. But we went to dinner for Valentine's Day there at this brand new Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Heavily overpriced, but good. We had I had a steak and Sarah had a pasta thing. It was an Italian place, and then a couple drinks and a dessert. And my tab was like $300.
Holy shit! $300?
Yeah. We ate for much cheaper at the Orange Sky. Than that, because we had like 6 people or 7 people in our party, but yeah, 2 people, and the food, it was I wouldn't pay that much for it, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't like the best for that price. But we had a good time, nice atmosphere, and then the party started. Me and Sarah went on a casino crawl down the strip. with our first stop being right across the bridge at New York, New York. And
Did you ride the roller coaster?
no.
Here, if you'd like to switch scenes, Russ Factor, I'm gonna switch scenes.
All right.
Here,
I gotta do a little. I gotta do a little resizing.
Little resizing.
Switch that scene, okay?
Okay, there's that scene. We've got.
That's not the worst. Not the
that's
worst.
not the worst
Not
right
the
there.
worst.
We've got Bubba's Picks 316 in the house. Hey, Bubs, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
Hi, Bubba.
Back in the building. Let me get
to-
that so it's not so bright. There we go.
Trying to get my YouTube on.
I think you made it brighter on him.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Whoops. It's just been a while. Welcome back to broadcast headquarters, Bubs. Good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
Bubba's going to join us for the Slots to be Frank talk here in just a few minutes. We've just had a magnificently time. Bubba got to do, how many streams have you done vertically? One or two? Two. And
probably 200 subs, which is
crazy.
freaking unreal.
It's crazy. I mean, I was just looking at the growth that Slots to be Frank has had, and it's off the charts.
I heard he had a good one last night.
Yeah, he did. He had. We'll talk to it when he gets there. So, anyway, so you went on your pub crawl, casino crawl.
Yeah, we started. We just hopped out the side of MGM there on the Strip, walked over the little bridge, and started at New York, New York. Here we go.
I've been on that bridge a ton.
Oh, Russ Factor's look at him. He's going, oh God, what did I just do? Because Slots to be Frank just joined us. It'll be just a second while Russ reformats. I mean, it can't possibly be a sweet show. Hold on, what did you say? You've been on that pub crawl for a few times? What were you saying?
No, just that bridge.
Oh, just that bridge.
By
Yeah.
MGM and
Yeah.
New York.
So we went over to New York, New York, and where's everybody at? Where's everybody
There's
going?
Frank. Hi, Frank.
Hi,
Hold
Frank.
on just a second. But Russ Factor is working diligently to get us all situated here, and I am filling there. So I think New York, New York sucks, personally.
We had a good time. We didn't hang out there too long. I got some nice hits on a Mo Mummy machine. Sarah was really interested because it was what's your wife call it? Really poppy.
It's real poppy.
It was real poppy, and she was like, we got to see the first two the middle bonus and the right side bonus, but there was one other one. She's like, God, I want to see the third one now, and I was like, well, you know what that means? We got to keep playing.
Got to keep playing that.
So
New
we
York,
did
New
that.
York, and MGM though they were what? When were they? Like 98.
They're a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remodeled. MGM's been there for a very long time, but the MGM Grand was remodeled. I don't know. Quite a while ago, I guess. It's probably the easiest way to say
I
it.
haven't been to MGM since it was remodeled.
Yeah.
They don't have that lion cage in there anymore.
No, they took all that out. That was probably got canceled for that whole thing. Let me just switch my camera so I can see Bubs over here.
So this is pretty early in the evening. There's a quick side story here where this is probably like 8:30 on a Wednesday. And my wife goes to hit the restroom, and she comes out, and she goes, boy, have I got a story for you. She goes, there was this woman in the stall next to me who was, like, making sounds. I couldn't tell if she was grunting or throwing up, and her phone rang, and she answered, and she goes, hello? Well, I went to the bathroom, and I fell asleep. And then when I was getting up, I fell. Now I don't know where I am.
So that ought to be all of a sudden becomes Sarah's problem.
No, she did the right thing and just went about her.
Just left?
Walked and came back out to tell me the story. So we wandered on, and we wandered down, I think, back across the street, and we found a weed shop. and dabbled with some edibles.
Unsurmountable amounts of gummies. Well, we'll catch up with that story here. Welcome, Ethan from the Slots to be Frank channel. Can you hear us? Is it all good on your end there, bud?
Yeah.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Magic. How did that whole thing work out? All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We just wanted to chat a little bit about this whole new situation with YouTube that has absolutely taken my channel to an extraordinary height. And I was just looking at some of your stats, and it is absolutely blown your channel out of the water as well. Congrats on hitting 20,500 subs. Way to go.
Thank you.
That is fantastic. I forgot. There we go.
That's the one I was trying to.
Yours went, bruh. So tell us a little bit about your channel. I know that you started back on the TikTok days, maybe probably around the same time we did. Tell us how you got started. And then it looks like you started your channel in October of 2022 for your YouTube. So how did you get into slot streaming?
I got into slot streaming, uploaded a video on TikTok, and it pretty much took off. And it was like one of those things where I'm already doing it, I'm enjoying it. Why not just pull my phone out and just keep doing this? And it just kept accelerating. And then obviously you guys remember the spring of last year when the TikTok days, and man, it was a rush going live on TikTok and trying, to see where this goes. And then all of a sudden it just gets shut off on us in February, and trying to figure out what that new life will look like on YouTube and everything else. But it's always been something that I enjoy to do. And I don't know. I'm trying to see where this goes. I don't really know where it's going to go, but it's fun in the process.
That's kind of what Bubba and I have been talking about. And I'm 100% transparent, and Bubba will be as well. Bubba was pretty burnt out, and I was pretty burnt out. It was, I shouldn't speak for Bubba. He can say that. Or hold on a second. Are you being held hostage right here?
I'm being held hostage. You can put the gun away, sir.
That's not a gun that's digging in my pocket. That's digging into your hips, sir.
Yeah, I was burnt out. I mean, I was taking a break from it. Just treading water there for a little bit. Nothing happening.
Well, I think all you guys kind of knew that you were entering that realm, even unrelated to like slot streaming, of what was known as the big, scary, uncontrolled, non-giving YouTube algorithm. So,
oh, for sure, because TikTok was simple. It was pretty easy to grow, and it's been rough.
It has, especially when you see other creators, like Bubba and I used to talk about Slots to be frank. We could not figure out how you got such huge growth so fast. We could not replicate what you were doing on YouTube. We had close to, right before Valentine's Day when they shut us off on TikTok, we had I had almost 100,000, and you had just a few under, like 60, 65 or 70,000.
Yep.
We just could not replicate what it was on TikTok over to YouTube. We could not figure it out. And you got into the algorithm, Ethan, pretty quick, and skyrocketed your channel fast. What do you point that success so early to?
Honestly, dumb luck. I don't know how this algorithm thing works, but this goes back to the TikTok statement earlier. I uploaded a video that was of butterflies, the butterfly rise game, and it fills the screen all but one, gets 50 free games, and the video ends, and it hits like 3-4 million views. I'm like, why? I can upload hitting like a mega jackpot and it gets no views, and I upload that thing and it goes viral. I just don't. It doesn't.
How many discussions did we have about that video he just said about?
Isn't that the one that it doesn't even finish?
It doesn't even finish.
We were just trying to replicate butterfly, and It just
Oh,
wasn't happening.
we couldn't figure out. We just tried to. We were like, man, there's got to be some scheme or scam he's running, and we couldn't figure it out. And then I reached out to you. I was like, dude, I'm sick of this. I need to know. And we chatted and figured everything out. And so now, when did it? Did you have the capability to go vertical that morning I texted you, or afternoon that I texted you? Because I know they slow rolled it out because it's been available for about 10 days, and I didn't gain access until Friday. Did you have access prior? Did you know, or
no. Honestly, I knew the vertical existed because I kept messing up my lives because I go live on Streamlabs. Yeah. And when it would click on it and I would be like, why is it not going horizontal? And now it was like a conscious effort that I had to go in there and click it, but I never actually read the context of the words underneath it.
Yeah.
That says it could be pushed out to, further. And so it sounds like that's been out there for half of this year, or like a good chunk of time.
Well, I was speaking to somebody at YouTube, and they said that it's always been available to go vertical, but it wasn't pushed out to live streams until 10 days or 11 days ago. So that
the vertical streaming, it would have just been a different format, but just like a normal stream, but not through the shorts algorithm.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to ask. Isn't it have to do with the shorts algorithm?
Yes, it has. What my understanding is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ethan, is it now is in the shorts feed to where you scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, and it can be pushed out to multiple audiences based on likes, views, and hearts, and all that type of situation. Whereas prior to 10 days ago, my understanding was you could still go live, but it wasn't in that shorts feed. And they added that live little button up on top of the shorts where you can click that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I went and scrolled through the shorts to see what it looks like, and I couldn't find a single live video. So I don't know how people find you. It's the mystery.
The way it works for me is I have to be watching one, and then when I scroll, it's nothing but lives.
Right. Yeah. That's the same. And I think something that YouTube is going to have to figure out a few things. One of them is if people come into your live or Bubba's live, my live via a notification, it doesn't work right. The chat doesn't show up on the bottom. You have to leave the screen and then come back in, and then it'll work properly, which is pretty frustrating because we had a lot of folks that had some issues. Little buggy to begin with, but I think they'll get it figured out. The other thing Ethan and I had been talking about is you can't do mid rolls, and that's a little in the weeds yet. So you're not getting ad revenue. The creators are not getting ad revenue. That's why you'll not see any ads during the.
But on the replays though,
the replays you do get played for it. So. I don't know. Did you tell me that you think that it's gonna, Ethan, you think they're gonna work on something with getting those ads at some point?
I was watching some of the videos from the YouTube content creators that were responsible for pushing this out, and it sounded like they're gonna try to implicate something. Like right now, you can't even gift subs to people in there like Twitch does, or so you're solely relying on super chats at this point.
Right.
What about the little heart in the bottom? If you tap that, you get a smiley face, like a 100% fireworks. But if you keep pushing it,
does that put you into the algorithm?
Does it do it? You can see all the hearts coming up on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know what that does. I don't know if that
will. That's been something that's even available like on ours, like normal is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's. I mean, I don't know if Ethan knows, but like, I don't know if that's something they have affecting the algorithm right now. Is people spam clicking the heart or something? Tap that screen, TikTok.
So I was just going over some of your stats from your last, let's see, you did it 2 days ago. You got the very first stream you did was 21,000.
Yeah.
views total. The next one you did, and that was an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes. Then you did a 4-hour live and you got 133,000 views. And then last night you did another 4. No wonder you look so tired. You've been in the casino for like 48 hours. And I mean, I think it's paid off because you've got 900 to it'd be 2,200 subs in 5 streams that got you over that 20,000 mark, which it looks like you were getting maybe 100 and 150 a week average. Is that kind of, am I reading those stats right?
Yeah. So maybe this goes back to the very beginning. You were asking like, how did success on YouTube translate right away? And honestly, it's because of the shorts feed. So I had a lot of good shorts that were built up from my TikTok days that were sitting on my computer that I could just basically take it and then release 1 to 2 to sometimes 3 videos a day. And that's where I was gaining subscribers like crazy. But the thing was, those subscribers, my analytics said 99% of them watch shorts, and they only watch shorts. They never watched my longs. They never watched my lives. And so I stopped. I got to the point where for the last 2 months, I've only been uploading basically on Tuesdays and Thursdays until recently, because I hate watching only like a couple subscribers being added a week. I'm like, at least it was motivation to get people adding, even though it didn't translate into anything. So that's what makes me nervous about this is we're going to go through a lot of work. We're back in the TikTok days. We're getting back to grinding hard. At least the people watching have been super generous with super chats, but I just hope that at the end of this, when we look back in a month, that we didn't just gain 30,000 subscribers and not a single thing of that turns into ad revenue or anything. That's my biggest fear.
And I was looking at my analytics today, and I was noticing that I was having quite a few returning people coming back to look and watch the rest of my videos. So
that's good. Good news.
I did not, prior to this last couple weeks, have 131,000 people in the last 48 hours check out any of my stuff. I haven't seen numbers like that ever. So it's just, I think it's going to be fantastic to see. A thing that I was looking at was returning viewers compared to new viewers. And I had, let's see, just roughly yesterday when I did the live stream, I had like 44,000 views, and I had, let's see, almost 18,000 people returning viewers. And all of the rest of my videos in the catalog have gone up. And I was looking at Bubba's stats, same thing. So I think overall, once they get a couple of those bugs worked out, it's going to be super wonky looking at your stats, because when you go live, you have this big, huge spike. And then when you have your regular views, which I was getting a certain amount and Bubba was getting a certain amount each day, it just looks like you're virtually getting nothing on those days. But that cake is continuing to rise and rise and rise with the amount of eyes that are on there, which is... I don't see it being anything but a bonus to everybody's channel. Do you see anything that you can think of that is not, or that could be detrimental to a channel?
Yeah, so this is more broadly thinking about this, but my biggest fear is that the TikTok days are the reason why we got shut down. Those people come back out. And honestly, the reason why they've kind of died is they haven't had the ability to get pushed across the volumes of people that they used to be able to. And this is going to open a whole nother can of worms that I'm fearful of.
And
It's there.
YouTube messes around
already,
in a different way too.
it's already there, Ethan.
Yeah. The YouTube
What?
messes around in a much different way, though. Like I'm just talking about content creation as a whole over the few years that there's been like trouble with when they start imposing weird rules that the community doesn't agree with that don't even need to be in place. Like you guys are going to be dealing with some interesting landmines as this continues, I'm predicting.
And like Jake was saying, go ahead, say what you're saying.
Oh, it's already there. There are people doing it on YouTube.
Yeah, there was we saw some people playing for folks, which is 100% illegal. And it's starting to see some of the same cast of characters that were doing it on other platforms coming back to YouTube and doing that type of situation, which of course is not good.
Nope.
So
you think though YouTube might be able to? I don't think they're just going to shut it down like TikTok did. I think YouTube, I mean, they're bigger. They probably have actual humans watching the stuff. It's pretty obvious when you go to it.
yeah,
I mean, don't you think YouTube would? I don't know. I don't. I get. There's a lot of revenue that in that field. So.
I don't think that they're going to be as quick as TikTok was to shut it down.
Oh yeah,
I think-
TikTok and they're just ban instantly and ask no questions basically later kind of thing. YouTube's got a little bit different process of taking down live streams. I know that for a fact.
You'd think Clapper would be those owners or whoever would be worried, and I mean that's all that is.
Yeah,
So you would think that
that and porn.
that would be shut down already. So how? I don't know. Why did TikTok do that?
TikTok was probably scared of litigation and waiting to see how things play out. They didn't want to be the ones to get any lawsuits slapped against them. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
That's how
I
it
get
seemed.
that,
They
but
just nope, not
it
messing
was
with
just
that.
so quick. It was so quick.
And I don't think YouTube will be as quick to do that. Some of the beautiful thing that I enjoy the most about YouTube, and Ethan, you can probably speak to that, is you'd be cooking on these live streams, and then all of a sudden, boof, you're off. Somebody reported you, and somebody was super jealous, and you had 9,000 people in your live, and they had 200. And I'm gonna
You
get
bought
these.
it. You bought yours. What are you talking about? He buys all his views.
I
Guys.
know. I do. I need to stop. God.
I mean, honestly, that you looked at it in the last 3 days. This is why I'm going as hard as I physically can until I'm probably going to need a 24-hour nap.
Are you
But
going tonight?
I don't want to, but I might have to.
Well, tell everyone what you did last night. I mean, I'd probably go tonight.
Oh my gosh, I can't
You're
believe
the only
it.
person that wins at this game.
What? I didn't know. I saw that you were live, but I didn't know that you were still going, because I went about 4 hours last night. And dude, I told Jake, and I told my wife, and I told some other folks, I forgot how much it takes out of you.
Yeah.
Watching the chat, responding to the chat, playing the game, making sure you're doing okay, making sure you're not filming anybody, just everything that's going on, trolling the chat back, doing whatever you've got to do. I was absolutely beat after that first time I did it.
Yeah, especially because you got to sit a little further back so you're
Yeah.
at a different angle. Because
What game did you play last night?
Well, before we talk about that, and I think this probably goes for every one of us, like on the first night when we did you mentioned the 21,000 views, I will tell you that completely shook my wife a little bit and some of my other mods, because the trolls were out like you would not believe. And
I
like,
love chaos.
what in the hell just happened? And so like, they're like, do I ban this? Do I ban that? And it's like, they can't even enjoy the stream. Like the fact I had to go out and recruit like 15 moderators before I went live last night, because it was like, and then it's like, where do you draw the line on, we want people to troll just enough, but as soon as it gets disrespectful or is crossing that line, they got to be gone. It's a fine line, and
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and so I'm sure you guys could say this too, but like our mods are doing like God's work out there,
Yes.
keeping that clean, and I don't know how the hell I would do without them.
I know. I set some keywords and stuff in, but they weren't being filtered out last night because the very first night I did it, they were every single person said, bet the max, bet the max, bet the max, bet the max, bro, bet the max. And then I watched your stream where you're a little bit less of a because I'll bet like $2 to $5 or whatever on average, and you're like 88 cents to $1.25, which there's a huge niche for that, obviously. But going back to when your wife was on there, I was like, because you go live every once in a while with your wife, and she's way too innocent and way too pure for some of those comments.
Yes, yes, I agree. There's no thick skin for that.
This is an honest to God story, and this is not like anything to mean any offense to your wife or anything like that, but somebody in chat, your wife was talking about riding horses or something like that.
Oh no, Jesus, where is this going?
Somebody in chat goes, "Oh, Slots to be Frank has that big horse cock. Does he give that to you?" I spit out my Pepsi. I was like, and she like read it, and I could hear her go, like just gasp, and I was like, oh my God, somebody please take the phone away from her. She's too.
He needs to make those some keywords.
She's too pure for this chat.
Oh man.
Welcome to YouTube.
And then the other night I was laughing. I was actually laying in bed on one of your 4-hour marathons, and you and what's the guy that you go with? JD?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You and JD were playing a game, and you guys won like 1,000 pennies or something, and you kept screaming for the slot lady to come over. And you like turned the camera over to you, and you were like physically crying. You both were laughing so hard. That was a good moment.
So he got the 3 sunrises on OG like Buffalo Gold, right? It doesn't get to the end, and it ends up hitting for like 12,000 pennies, so $120. And we're like yelling, "Oh my God, it's 10,000, 11,000, 12,000! Someone get a slot attendant!" 3 slot attendants came running around the corner, thinking they were gonna get the tip on it.
Just the tip.
And I heard a lady go, "That's $120." And I was like, "Are you in chat, lady?"
You should have said, "Hey, K equals million."
Classic.
But there's nothing funnier than when you have that many amount of people behind you thinking you won some massive jackpot, and then they just go, "What the hell?"
What game were you watching that you said he's the only one that wins on?
He said he was going to get to it. It's a
yeah,
big
yeah,
win.
so-
You take it.
Yeah, so last night I just fed right into everyone and their dog that's like, bet max, it's all you can do to win money, right? And I stay true to the kind of smaller bet action, and I'm sitting there dinking around on Little Shop. I finally get the bonus after the lady to my right, who is betting max, is getting bonus after bonus after bonus. And nothing big, but just gets in the action. And then this is how my bonus starts. Wild on the right, no line hit. Wild in the 4th row, no line hit. Wild in the 3rd row, no line hit. Wild in the 2nd row, finally gets a line hit. And then I'm into my last spin, and no joke, the wild actually hit the screen for the grand jackpot last night on MinBet for 3,800.
Oh my God!
Little Shop of Horrors.
I missed it. And what was MinBet? What is MinBet again?
88
cents.
I think.
75.
Yeah.
75.
I think I tuned in right after that because your chat's like, Russ, you just missed that.
That's nuts. Holy shit.
So it's like, this is kind of like, we all like to bet a little bit bigger to enjoy it, but like, it's coming up on Gambling Awareness Month next month, and it's like, honestly, pushing out that our fans and viewers, like, you can bet up and enjoy it, and sometimes people tune in to watch it, but by no means, if anything, I've shown that whether it's the mega on, I have a horseshoe at my butt. Okay, I don't know. This just seems weird, but
And a horse cock.
I apparently and
Probably
it's,
like, you should play best bet. It's a sign.
But like we've hit it's just unreal because the amount of time we're spending at the casino, and I always attribute it to like time under tension, and I don't know if that's even a fact or not, but like if I'm at the casino for 3, 4, 5 hours betting min, I only cycle through X amount of dollar, but I'm hitting the button 10x the amount of times that someone's actually hitting the button when they have bet 2, 3, 4, 5, $10. And so I have more chances in a bonus to hit a mega, to hit a grand jackpot, to hit these other crazy things, and I have kind of thing. And I feel like it's starting to change the tone of people that they feel that I actually have a chance and I don't have to go max. And
Everything I always share because our Kansas Star always posts their grand jackpots and such like that. Every time it's all of the ones that they post are always under what, $4?
Yeah,
most of the
I
time
was
they're
gonna say under $3.
a dollar, $1.50,
88 to like $1.50.
and then
all my major hits there, I have never hit. The only Hampy I had on a high limit ever was in Phoenix. All my majors that I've hit at Kansas Star, like on the Lightning, like best bet, high stakes, it was either 2-cent $1 bet or 5-cent $1.25 bet.
Oh, wow.
it's crazy. And then Kylie sent me very similar things. Socks she sent me from the casino she goes to. Every single one, I think there were 6 pictures that she sent of all the grands from the week. Every single one of them was a $1, $2, $1.25, and there was only 1, maybe 2 that were $5, and that was the max bet on that machine that all won grands. There's got to be something to what you just said.
I have my theory, and we've talked about it. I just think that more people here in Kansas, if they're going to go to Vegas, they're going to play big. They're going to go and they're going to do their bigger bets there. They come here every day. There's more people playing that low limit bet than there is someone sitting at these machines that we play at here doing big bets. And I don't know if it just means it's better chance it's going to pop then.
I think it's what he just said was very true. The fact that you're hitting the button 10x more times than the person that is max betting.
And when it's going to pop, it's going to pop. It doesn't matter the bet.
Right.
Yes. And the other thing is a couple of the times when I've gotten my megas or grand jackpots, like on Wolf Run Eclipse, when I got the grand jackpot, it was like 2, 3 in the morning. I was just chasing a mini. Like that's all I cared about. And I'm like dead tired. And I get the wheel and I'm like, damn it, I'm probably going to get one of the dumb things that's not one of the minis, right? And I was like, that's a new color. What's that one? And I'm like dead tired. And I look up and I'm like, there's no way that's the grand jackpot. You know, like it's just like it keeps repeating itself. And it's because like you have more time under what I feel is tension. And if I bet bigger, maybe I only have a couple bonuses before I have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's crazy. And you know, I tried last night was just kind of an anomaly for me. It was just I just couldn't. There was nothing was hitting. It was just weird how nothing.
One of those nights,
nothing really was hitting. I got some bonuses, and 3 or 4 bonuses that I got on bigger bets were less than the bet. It was just a wild night. And then some folks in our chat, Hockey Mom and Kylie told me to go play Tiki since it was opposite day, and I hit an $800 bonus on that. So that fucking game.
Tiki and Moon's over my hammy. They need to get.
I'm gonna be honest, Slotmaster. I've been watching all of your long video or like lives recently, and I am like, obviously, me and Matt are like back in Matt, Raven or and he's like, he's on, let's go, we'll be like chat back and forth, and I'm like, what the hell is this casino he gambles at? Because like you were on like a serious like crazy sweet run where like it's like any gambler's dream what we watched when you were doing it recently. And
it's just peaks and valleys. I had a good run where I was like 2 weeks and I couldn't lose really. And now I'm kind of in like a 2 or 3 day. Well, I guess I sometimes the bonuses are camera shy because I'll play a few, maybe my free play or maybe $100 after. And after the live on Saturday, I hit $2,000.
Yeah,
and basically made up for the last 2 nights or the last four nights that I did a stream. So I don't know. It's just interesting to see. And like I say, there's folks out there. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination a high roller. I don't want to be. I first off, I don't have that money. I just think that I don't want to get to a point where I'm betting $25 a spin and it's boring.
That.
You know, I think
Great
that
point.
it's still exciting on those occasions where we do like a group pull or whatever, and
I
we
haven't
go
even thought of that yet.
big
I just think
bets.
about betting $25.
I know.
I can't do that.
I can't do that. It's just it's hard. And like $5 bets are big for me. When I play the cash machine for $10, that's a huge bet for me. And you know, you're just a little bit less than what we do, but like I say, there's people that watch. It's because I don't know, they like that. They like watching that. And if there's so much space out in the slot world where you can have small bets all the way up to the Rajas that bet, or the Mr. Hand Pays, or the NG slots that bet $1,000 a spin.
Right. And I think it's one of those things that's kind of there was a point, I don't know, like 2-ish, call it 2.5-ish years ago, where I finally was like, I've had enough of betting big. Like, I was like getting to the point where I was chasing those 10, 15, $25 bets, and it would be a short, I would only get to go to the casino like once a month then, because I would have to wait till the next month to go back out there, because I only play with cash flows, and at least I kept that to that limit type of thing.
Yeah, it's good.
Where some people go further, but I got to a point where like I'm sick of this, like I'm done. And so I started switching to smaller bets. And I remember exactly when this happened. It was like in July of 2 years ago, basically. And ever since then, I actually have been on an absolute heater. Like, the only time now I realistically lose money is when I bet big. That's it. And when I'm trying to make videos on the YouTube for like $5, $10, $25 bets, that's when I go in the hole.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I stay pretty close to even almost all the time, and all it takes is one jackpot like last night. And do you know how long it takes me to lose $3,800 on 75 cents?
Goes right into the bankroll. Yeah.
That's what I do too. Is I have a certain thing that I will gamble a month, or a week. I kind of have a budget, and you know, it kind of depends that I'll set stuff aside and never go over that budget. I think if I went over that budget, I'd be hosed, you know, and broke, because you know, slots is not, unless you're Ethan, is not a winning proposition for most. The best case scenario of what I and Bubba set out to do when we did this was break even on slots, and have the YouTube, TikTok, Twitch revenue match up with that. So everything that I make on YouTube and all the super chats and all that stuff goes into a special fund. And that's basically what I use to gamble. And, you know, a little bit, again, I could be doing other things, I guess.
Bet the max.
I could be doing other things that are probably a lot worse for me and a lot more expensive. But I don't know. What other streamers do you like watching? What are some of the folks you like to tune into when you're not at the casino for 12 hours?
So honestly, I used to watch a lot of different people, and there was the one that I enjoyed the most was probably NG a couple years ago, and then I think he started getting
powerful bonus. It's a beautiful, powerful bonus, Mr. Frank.
And right, and honestly, I think as soon as Lady Luck and Dude Luck became real to me, like actually met them and had times to talk with them, like I started watching their stuff more. And then it was nice that they were like lending a hand or helping us on certain times. Like, you know, like what you're talking about earlier, my wife was like, this sucks. Like, people are absolute pricks. Like, I don't think people realize the type of messages and hateful things that people say to your streamers. And, you know, some of us are like immune to it and don't even think about it. But my wife was like, this is, I don't want this. And Lady Luck, you know, was like, hey, like, let her know that I went through that same thing. And it took a while for me to gain tough skin on this stuff, because there's some absolute assholes out there, like, just to be straightforward. And some of us are really good at blocking it out and moving on, but other people that have a more caring heart, like, it's not good. So, but long story short, though, right now I honestly don't watch that much for other content creators, honestly, outside of you guys. And the reason for it is, like, we're kind of all in the same boat. I'm not in Lady Luck's boat. I'm not in the Big Jackpot or Vegas Matt. Like, you come into my channel and you say bet Max, how about you go watch those guys? Like, maybe you'll be more fulfilled then or something, but you're just not going to get it here, kind of thing. And so I rather have, like, more of a conversation with, like, you guys or people that I can relate to than go watch something that's, oh, you got a $4,000 jackpot on a $50 bet. Congrats. It's like 90x.
And they're pissed.
Well, because they know that that's not going to sustain them to keep doing it.
Right. Like, how much did you lose to get that?
Right. You know,
I think and something that I've had to kind of deal with along those lines of, hate that not only I get, but it kind of extends out a little bit, to Bubba and to Bubba's wife and my wife and mods and friends that hang out with me and mod and do all sorts of stuff. It's just interesting that the hate goes out that far. But like I tell Bubba, when there's some ruthless people, and a lot of those people are losers, first off, and then second, those are interactions.
Right. As long as it's nothing racial or a
Right.
personal attack, troll away.
Yep.
Keep them coming.
I'm looking up as many, like, you guys got a lot more probably practice in this than me, but, like, I really got to look up, like, a lot of dad jokes because I'm interested in going along with this. Like, lately my favorite one is when someone goes, "You're such an addict," and I'm like, "Oh, you must be an MD. How was college for that? What else can you diagnose me with?"
I think what we, Bubba and I, and actually Russ Factor, we were on the radio here in Wichita, and there was a lot of hate.
Local. Like, we'd go to the clubs and
it'd
we'd be getting heckled.
Yeah, it'd be scary because people were actually waiting in the parking lot for us.
We at least had the bouncers.
Oh,
We
they
had Pat
they
on
would
our
they would
side,
show up
so.
to the radio station like nobody's
Where's-
there. It's like 3 on a Saturday, and I said something somebody doesn't like, and some dude comes up just like with weapons and like that.
Where's that Russ Factor?
It wasn't just people on a chat 1,000 miles away.
Yeah, so this comes just a little bit easier. There was some guy that last night, it was a little weird, and I hadn't had that in a while, that this guy came up to me who was in the chat. He goes, "I'm right behind you." And he actually was.
Oh my God.
Was it my dad?
I thought it was
I mean, you
not
feel
your
like
dad.
Eminem when you're just trying to take a dump, No, I won't sign your damn autograph.
If you look, it was right in our live last night when I was playing drums. This dude came up to me.
No way.
Yeah, he was right behind me, and it actually
Kind of freaked you out a little bit.
startled me just a touch. But I don't know. It was just interesting. Our casino's so good. The folks are so nice to us down there, and we greatly appreciate all the security and everything if we need it. We haven't ever had to need it.
no.
I had 2 tickets stolen. One of them they completely refunded, and one of my phones got stolen, and they found it and gave it back to me, and it was in the parking lot. But any other incident that we've had, they've been pretty darn good to us. So what do you let's just kind of wrap it up. We don't want to take any more of your time away from the casino because you got to go hit another mega. Bubba, what do you want to?
I think we need to get Ethan to come to Kansas City.
I was just
and
going to ask
we
you.
meet there because we just got some great news today.
Yeah, we are going to have a celebration. We were doing it for 10,000 followers up in Kansas City on April 5th, and we would love to extend the invitation to you and your your wife to come to Kansas City. If April 5th is when we'll be up there, 5th and 6th. So mark that on your calendar if you can come down. We'd love to have you. We got some fantastic news that they're rolling out the red carpet for us up there. We're going to have a dinner and a nice group poll that we're going to stream to celebrate that 10,000 and hopefully 15,000 by then. Hopefully we get Bubba to 10,000 by then. And your 25,000 is hopefully what you get up to by that time. But we'd love to extend an invitation to you.
Yeah, I'll take a look at what's going on, but
oh no, tell us now. You're coming.
I got one question
now.
I got one question before I say anything. Is the line open?
It's funny because the guys called me that gave us the AOK. They vetted our channel and we had permission prior,
but some shit hit the fan apparently.
And he laid some different ground rules to us and told us, and he called me on the phone. He goes, "I'm going to send you an email, but I just wanted to tell you if you couldn't figure it out." So it was just interesting. So they vetted us again, and we have permission at all Boyd casinos. So that was kind of what caught us surprised, but they got whatever. We're going to have a party April 5th up in Kansas City and going to invite everybody. And we're going to try to get either enough people or whatever where I'm going to try to give away $500 to gamble with. I'm looking at the legalities of that, and a free room for Friday and Saturday is what I'm going to work with our casino host to see if we can get some free play. And then I want to get enough people in there, maybe 5, depending on what you want to give, to get to $10,000 to do a group poll for $10,000, and then we'll be going vertical, baby, and getting those folks in there. And we'd again, Ethan, you'll have to be on property in order to be a part of this group poll. You will have to be there.
Oh, so the line's closed. Okay,
the line is closed unless you're.
There's a wait
physically behind me in line, then you're there. So,
man,
we're not expecting a whole bunch of folks to be up there, but it would be cool. It just gives an opportunity. That's not our home casino. Our home casino's here in Wichita, which is about 3 hours away from that one. But
this one is great.
This one is awesome. Kansas City is so easy to get to. They have unbelievable rooms, big, huge. I got one of the big, huge suites that we can all kind of hang out and party in and do whatever if we're not gambling and that type of stuff. And we'll be up there probably Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We've got a couple of folks confirmed. I'm working on Cody Burton. That son of a bitch better be there.
Come on, Cody.
We've got my wife's going to be there, and Jake and his wife's going to be there. So it's going to be a good time. So nice. Come on down if you would like.
I'll ride my horse down.
That'll be a sight.
Must be tough. All right, Ethan, get to the casino. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, and best of luck to you. And we'll be chatting soon about everything we got going on. And again, we appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me on here.
Perfect.
Good luck tonight, Ethan.
Yeah, good luck to you. All right, Russ Factor. We need to go back to.
Yeah.
What? I'll go to the.
She was on that
We're figuring it out.
booze cruise on the bridge.
You can put Jake back up.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if that was easier for you. Okay. Yeah. So you were on the casino booze cruise.
Yeah. So after we left New York, and we got the edibles, we wandered down, and I don't think we went to fucking Planet Hollywood for a second.
I don't think Planet Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So.
You were doing so good at doing two things at once.
I was, and then it just kind of fell apart. It's all right. Here we go.
What level are you at right now?
Probably like a 5.5.
What, the gummies?
No,
that's like it's gum. Either is THC milligram intake and or alcohol content. So there's like a Russ Factor scale. Like 3 podcasts ago, he was at like a 9.6, and it was interesting when we saw.
Yeah.
when we
Great.
saw
was
Rust
good.
Factor going after
was
it.
good. It was good.
So you were at Planet Hollywood for some
we didn't
weird reason.
We didn't stay there long. So then we crossed the street again at another bridge. And we went and caught the fountains because we had to stand there for like 3 minutes, and then they did their thing. And then we went and hung out the Bellagio for a little bit. All along the way, I broke out pretty. I was probably like 300 up by the end of this night. But yeah, we hung out there for a bit. It was nice. It was nice. I told Sarah, I go, I don't ever want to stay here.
At Planet Hollywood?
No, the Bellagio.
Oh, Bellagio. Oh, okay. Sorry. You crossed the bridge.
Yeah, but
And then did you go? I think that you told me you did the Cherries Jubilee machine at MGM, and it. You had
yeah. Well, the
same results.
end of our thing here was after that. By the time this time of night, I was a 10 at Caesar's Palace. Perfect place to be a 10. Caesar's Palace. And then yeah, we Ubered home, and I don't remember that. But we got home. But yeah, I did Cherries Jubilee right after I got my phone back. I went and sat down and decided to log my time with the old girl, and I had the exact same result. I dumped like $600 into that machine.
Really?
And they were all low. They were all just above like a dollar, maybe $2 above $1,000. I worked mine up to fucking $1,014. And I left. I was like, I'm done. That's it. I'm done. And
Can't do it.
the dude sitting next to me is playing 2 machines. He hit a little bonus after like probably 8 spins on the first machine. And then his wife came, so they were playing those. And I left it at 14. I said, I got that. They were watching me almost hit it too. I was like, well, I got this one warmed up for you. I'm done. I went and earned all my money back on a regular cash machine and a gold spin cash machine that I'd lost.
Your ATM.
I went and made it all back over the period of maybe 10, 12 minutes. I went back around to that machine, and they were still there, and they had worked it up to $1,019. And hadn't hit it.
Really?
Yeah. And
So
then I came
the-
back later that night, drunk, because I remember getting back to the casino. I went back over there by myself after I was a 10 at Caesar's Palace, and it was at $1,021.
No way.
And I dropped another $150 in that thing and didn't even get a
No
fucking
dice.
hit. Every spin took money, not even
So
a little
basi-
this or that back.
So basically, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's good. Cherries Jubilee are those machines that you're most likely, quote unquote, to get a hand pay because the bonuses hit so often, and it's like $1,200. So there's $1, $3, $5, and $15 games there, and it's something that Cowboy Slots just talks about
I was playing- I've
all the time.
I was playing the $3 bet one.
And Kylie and I were playing it, and we pumped like $600 into it, very similar to Russ. And then I was like, "Do you want to go or not?" And she's like, "I don't know." And I was like, "All right, fuck it. If you're not feeling it," lady comes 2 spins later and hits like $4,000 or $3,000 right after that. So it's just everywhere. There's like a slot attendant that just stays there with cash because they hit so often. You hit Cherries Jubilee, Cherries Jubilee, Cherries Jubilee. It's an old school 3-line machine. It's awesome, or 1-line machine, and it's really cool. They're just old school machines from MGM that
I got a few, like, I'm down 200 and then I hit the hit to get all the way back up. I was up a couple times, but near the tail end, last half of dumping money in to try to hit that thing, it just stopped hitting anything at all. It was
And then what? Tell me about the concert. How was your concert experience? You went and saw U2 again at the Sphere.
Yeah, I went and saw U2 again. This will be, unfortunately, my last show. I'm sad because, God, I want to see it forever. But, yeah, we went there and hung out. We got in just fine. My tickets were a little slightly sketchier this time. They didn't transfer to my wallet, but I got them like the day after I ordered them and not 24 hours before the show like last time. But we got in just fine. And oh my God, the sitting on the GA floor before the show was out of fucking control this time. Like last time, it was a few people around me, and I stand right in the center of the GA pit, in the center of the stage. And, you know, so I'm probably like 20 feet away from the barrier. They were just sitting everywhere, and the waitresses were getting pissed, and people were getting pissed. And like this lady, this French lady behind me, I knew she was gonna be trouble.
She go, bonjour.
Yeah,
Bonjour. Au revoir.
Bonjour.
Au revoir, Pee-wee.
She was wearing
Au
a big
revoir.
old hat that said France on it.
Said beret.
And while she was sitting, she wasn't sitting nice and tight and Indian style like everyone else. No, she was laid back, leaning back, her feet fully extended behind Sarah.
Parlez-vous Ross Factor?
So
people were sitting down like before the show?
yeah. Like
Okay.
crazy.
Because they didn't do that at. Oh,
Yeah,
I
there
wish
was-
I could like lay down and look at the ceiling. But
I would say the last time there was probably right there in the center, like 5 people sitting down. This time I sent you that picture, it was like 30 people. Like,
yeah, there was a lot.
and that's just my little area. So when she got up and everything, and the DJ started, she's a tiny little thing hanging out with her daughter that was probably, or I guess her daughter, that was double the width of her. And she was a tiny little French woman. But she decided that she really needed to take up a lot of space and just,
Oh,
my
no.
God, just bumping into me. And I know the guy next to me, Sarah, everything. And this is like just the second the DJ starts. She's like, oh, now I'm into my, I'm going to invade everybody's personal space.
I'd move immediately.
Oh, so this is how it played out. The
I'd
DJ
say
started.
au revoir.
The DJ started, and I started concocting a fucking plan in my head. One change in the thing, the DJ set was it was really long on the first show. It was like 40 minutes. This time it was probably like 26 minutes. So it was shorter. When the car, maybe let me drive my car, and they drive the car from the one side to the center where we were.
Right.
The guy next to me, I leaned to Sarah and I go, just follow my fucking lead. Like, you're going to kind of be up against these other people for a second. I go, I'm going to fight this other dude for dominance. So I just pull her close and I step to where I'm like kind of in front of that dude to where he's kind of felt to force back. Because I was like, I'm going to fight him for dominance. He's going to be my barrier between this woman and me. And it kind of worked. The story ends that we shifted enough at one point to where I did get away. She was closer to him, but I fought that dude for dominance with a little maneuver.
Yeah, you showed him Russ Factor.
I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy this show, and oh my God, the show was great. Nothing's gonna beat my first U2 show, which was my first Sphere show. So, coming on to that, there was some subtle differences, which was cool. The Bono, his banter was a little different, which I've seen in multiple YouTube videos. But we got to hear, I forget the other song, I have to remember it, but we got to hear that Crowded House cover that you found that they just started playing at the beginning of February.
A couple days before, yeah.
Yeah, I think the version we heard was a little better.
I know. I was. You were just talking about how good it was, and I haven't found yours yet. I'm anxious to see what they do. I'm going to go in the very last show with a couple friends and my cousin. So anxious to see what they did there. So
that's going to be crazy to see one of those last shows too. Like,
you enjoyed.
What, they're done after that?
Yep.
March 2nd is their last.
Sphere.
No, at the Sphere. I don't know if they're gonna. Joe and I were talking about today. We don't know if they're gonna. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know if they're done.
The
or
bag
what.
that they made off of this. I mean, there's still supposed to be a new album, but they're waiting on Larry.
And they turned down. They got offered to go all the way through to May, I believe, is when what's the Fish wanted to come in.
The Fish thing, and then the Dead things after that.
Yeah.
And
So
that's what I was. Are they any other bands coming in, or are they going to do random concerts maybe?
Fish, John Mayer maybe has a concert there. UFC is going to do a fight. Dana White rumored on July 4th, I think is what he was
No, I think
talking.
it's supposed to be Mexican Independence Day, not our Independence Day.
Oh, I thought he said July 4th. So that's
maybe.
in what, September?
Yeah, that's
Maybe-
what I remember.
maybe
The original
September.
interview was he was talking about doing
Oh.
a fight on Mexican Independence Day.
Okay.
I still think it's crazy that thing, they're little LED things, and
They're
they're
just pucks.
space.
It's so
yeah,
space.
Yeah.
It's space, and you get far away, and it's like
It's
Perfect.
perfect.
It's just-
Yeah, it's
yeah,
weird standing
the
next to
football
it.
helmets were really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Super Bowl, the
Yeah.
football helmets
When
were
you're
awesome.
right up next to it in that line, which both times I've been lucky enough to be standing right against the barrier and the gates that's right by it. It's weird to look up and know what you're looking at and see the gaps, and then just be like, "Wow, this is so weird here." But literally, when I'm just 50 feet over there, it starts to look exactly normal, and then farther away, it's like you can't even tell. Like, that thing is amazing. I can't wait to get in there and actually do the experience sometime and see all the shit inside. I haven't done that.
I actually got 200 level tickets. I got front row 209, I think. So I'll get to go upstairs.
Cool.
Like if you have general admission, you cannot go anywhere up there. It's weird. They block you off if you have general admission.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be a different experience for me, and I'm excited to do that it's in 2 weeks, week and a half, I guess, is when we're going. So I don't think that Elton Ron or Ron Jovi will be performing there. I was just looking at the casino. I get emails and stuff from the casino, and they have these cover bands that when you said Dead and Company or whatever you were talking about coming there, that reminded me of those. And the last one I got was Elton Ron, and it was just looked like fat Elton John. Oh God, that was great.
But yeah, it was a great show. I mean, the energy felt the same. The crowd was different. It was a totally different crowd, and that was the weird thing. Is like I was telling Sarah, I was like, remember during our show at the end of With or Without You, we all just kept fucking. We did another oh while they were all cheering. That did not even begin to happen this time.
Interesting.
So
I'm
different vibes.
I'm kind of excited to see how the last show goes. But as we mentioned earlier, we did get some finalization of some fantastic plans. At April 6th, we will be in
April
Kansas
5th.
City. April 5th, sorry.
It's a Friday.
And 6th. Friday.
And you said you
we're
might
going-
get up Thursday. I'll be there Friday. I'm leaving Saturday. I'm going home.
Yes, Russ Factor will be going home. We are going to celebrate, it was 10. That was the original. What we were celebrating was 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, but that has surpassed that now.
And
Thank
my
you so very
21st
much.
birthday.
And Russ Factor's 40th birthday. I can't believe fucking Russ Factor is 40.
When
Isn't that weird?
when I met you, I was 16.
Hey,
And I told you I lied about my age so you'd put me on the radio. Some might say that Slotmaster groomed me for radio.
yeah, so
I think everyone knew I was 16.
April, yeah, because I was like, so are you out of high school?
Nope.
And you're like,
No, I'm a junior.
no. And I was like, okay, so did you get held back? And you're like, yeah. Twice.
Once. One time.
So April 5th, we'll be up there. Bubba's and Bubba's wife. Your wife's going, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my wife confirmed. Russ's wife.
Yeah, check.
Working on.
I have to check
Cody.
my dad. I think him and Alicia might come up.
I know. I saw him,
Oh,
and I was like, you've got to go for your 40th birthday, your kid's 40th birthday.
Producer Mike, Sarah's brother, he might actually come out. I'm thinking he's gonna stay the night too, because I got a room over there too. Sarah's probably gonna go back at some point in the evening, but yeah, I think he's gonna stay the night. And I told him that we're gonna be throwing together a little hand pay, or not. Well, it's gonna turn into multiple hand pays, but a group poll.
Yeah. And if you want to get involved in that group poll, just reach out to us. We'll, if you want to stop by, I'm working on some discounts for some rooms and some free play and all types of good stuff for
We're gonna
that.
have a blast. This will be so fun.
April 5th. It'll
Friday,
be fantastic.
April 5th.
We're trying to
coming
get Duzzy and Fleshy P to be
That
there.
would be awesome.
That would be awesome. So working on that. And again, working on Cody. Joe's obviously going to be there, the slot master, and the slot master's accountant. If he's in town, he'll be there. So all of the cast of characters. We'll hope to see you there. It was really exciting to get that news and finally announce what we've been working on for since the 2nd or 3rd of January. And
I think we were starting the rumblings of this around before Christmas, December.
we were thinking about doing something like that and
getting
then,
something going.
Came to fruition.
This
So
is
I don't know.
great.
Any final words, Bubba? Now that I'm going to release you from your hostage situation.
I think
Don't
I'm
forget
gonna
the leg
go
ones, the
Try and
feet
go
ones.
live tomorrow. I figured it's
Yeah.
22 days, so you'd be there. As long as work goes smooth, I will be there. But I'm probably gonna go at least once a week, especially with this new format. I got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of revitalized me for sure. And I know that you were pretty burnt out, and there was, you were busy working, and then Christmas and all types of that stuff. But again, it's like we said prior, anytime that you want to come back to the podcast and hang out, it was awesome to have you back again tonight. And
I'm not sleeping now. So.
I know. Yeah, normally you're asleep. I'm tired. I'm tired. But yeah, so 22 day is tomorrow. Bubba and I'll be there, like you said. So be looking for that. Russ, any last words before you go drink yourself into oblivion?
Yeah. We're still live on TikTok. Suck it, fuckers. Bye, TikTok.
Suck it, fucker.
Turn TikTok off.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to Ethan from Slots to Be Frank. Check him out. If you're not a subscribe over there, do that. Socks, Duzzy, B Many, FGL. Thanks, Matt, 2200. Thanks for hanging out, and everybody on TikTok, thanks for hanging out. Listen to us, download us, follow Bubba's Picks 316. He's right over here. Follow him on YouTube. Let's get him to 10,000. And follow Russ Factor Show. I'm still editing some videos we made for the fast food factor.
We'll have some more news to talk about later. We teased it, but we have not given a lot of detail.
Haven't
so
yet.
Stay tuned.